Hey guys, you're watching One and Only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a Mansion. I think it's episode 23, and we're going to work on the kitchen today. We're doing a bit of an interior run lately for the past 4 episodes. I think we'll be working on this, but it's a big interior. We've got a long way to go yet. Last episode we built the dining room, beautiful room. I absolutely love it still. Kitchen is in here again. I've done the walls all ahead of time. Saves a little bit, doesn't it? So, for the kitchen, I think the first thing that we need to do is the floor. In the floor, what I'm going to do is we're going to use... I want black and white tiles. And I think we're going to go with coal and chiseled quartz to give us a very modern, posh and expensive looking floor. Okay, I think the coal is the most expensive looking black block. It looks very... marbly in a way, and then with the design of the chiseled quartz, I think it's going to go very, very well together. Now, there's 2 ways that we can do this. We can either go with a small square pattern like this, or we can go with a larger square pattern. Now, I don't know which one I'm going to like, so I'm going to make a little sort of sample area here. I like the smaller ones. I think the smaller ones are more scaled in Minecraft. So we're going to go with that. So we just need to do this, that one, and that one. That one, and that one. And do this floor quickly. This won't take any time. The only problem with this room, I think, is going to be the lighting. Because we're using full blocks as the floor with no pistons like how we've done for the last few episodes... and no carpets, it makes it very difficult to do any hidden lighting. Now, I know that there's a couple of glitches currently, at least on console edition of Minecraft, to be able to make hidden lighting. There's a problem with that, though. There's 2 problems, in fact. Problem number 1 is I think most of the glitches that do hidden lighting at the moment only work for the time that you're on the world. As soon as you log off the world and then log back onto it a day later or straight away or whatever, the glitch no longer works. It sort of block updates, if you like, and you don't get the lighting. So there's no point doing that. And if there is a lighting glitch or a hidden lighting glitch that does at least sort of work after logging out and then back onto a world, the only problem with that is when eventually they fix it, because obviously they're not going to leave the glitch in forever. As soon as they fix the glitch, suddenly we're back at square one again, and we need to rethink how we're going to hide the lighting. So I think instead of working with glitches, which I don't like to do that often, we're going to do it properly from the beginning and try and be a little bit creative if we can, in order to get some nice or some nice lighting at least. It doesn't all need to be hidden. There's no reason why it all needs to be hidden. Hidden lighting is nice, because we don't have any light or many light options in Minecraft. Torches, redstone torches, glowstone, redstone lamps, redstone ore when you punch it, and that's about it. And fire and lava, I suppose. But as far as like really cool designs of lights, there isn't really much. Okay, that's the start of our room. That looks pretty cool. Now, for the kitchen itself, for the units in the kitchen, I don't want to use the chisel quartz, obviously, because we've used that for the floor. I don't think the pillars, they're going the wrong way. The lines on the pillar quartz are going the wrong way. So I don't think I want to use that. Yes, I could place them sideways, but then you get a weird end as the top of the quartz block is now on its side. I don't want to use snow because it's on the wall. I don't want to use quartz because it's blank. However, I want it to be white, which only leaves us iron. Now, I like iron because the texture has lines going along horizontally. And it also has breaks in it vertically, so it sort of splits up where each cabinet is going to be. Now, when I build a kitchen, what I like to do is I like to just place down blocks where I would potentially be able to have kitchen units at first. So around the outside, this is where we can have them. I don't want them right up against the doors, because that looks weird when you come through. It looks a little bit too claustrophobic. So I like to have a split between any doors or block gap between a doorway. Are those doors even? Yes, they are. So yeah. And around the side, that's as much as we can get in. We can always remove them afterwards. I just like to give us the maximum amount of space to begin with. And then with this huge space in the middle here, I want to have an island in the middle. Okay, now to get this island, I want to have 3 blocks, I think, around either side. Enough room to be able to walk through, you know, to be able to turn around and use all this stuff. It's a nice amount. So 3 blocks on either side would give us that as the island. Doesn't really look big enough, so I'm going to remove those 3, and I'm going to add those around here. That gives us 3 blocks around the entirety of our island now. Very, very nice. And gives us an area in the middle here to be able to work from. Sweet. So the next step, I think, is going to be maybe the top cabinets. We could fit a cabinet in there. We could fit them down here. And along here. Again, we might remove some of them. I don't know yet. But that gives us... That's pretty cool. I actually think I like that. Perfect. And again, I want to have an island in the middle, but floating above it. Obviously, we will connect this to the ceiling. But something like that. For more kitchen cabinet space. I like to have as many cupboards in my kitchen as possible. Because there's always stuff that you can put in your kitchen. There's always cutlery and cups and plates and sauces and oven equipment and strainers and all sorts of stuff. Things that you never really use but you still store in your kitchen. I'm sure you've got some of those stuff. But as far as kitchen goes, right, we need cookers. Cookers, furnaces. Let's go with a nice, maybe double wide furnace like that. It's not quite centered because this is 5 blocks wide. If we put 3 in, it would be centered with the island. 3? Do I like 3? That's a big oven. It's like a big range oven. I have a range oven in my house, which is about the equivalent to 2 of them together. Like, I have a really big cooker, and it's got, is it 6 hobs? 6 or 7 hobs on top of it. But that would be a huge, huge oven. I sort of like it, though. I like that. I need to get this, stop this from floating. To keep the modern design, I think I'm going to use glass around it. Maybe white glass, though. You guys love stained glass. So maybe for you guys, we'll put some stained glass in around here. And then I need to connect it to the roof. Now I'm going to connect it to the roof using pillars and chiseled ones. And I think I'm going to put the chiseled ones in all 4 corners. Oh, I don't need to bust through the roof, do I? That one and that one. Put the chiseled ones in the corner. And then put the pillared ones around the side. And then in the middle, I think we're going to have some glowstone. So I am going to have to bust through the birch here in order to get... Oh, I could put them on this level, I suppose. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't want to bust away the floor. It makes it more trickier when we do the upstairs room that way. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Now we've got some structure to hold this cabinet area up to the ceiling. It's given us quite a lot of lighting in the room, and I think the white stained clay is very, very helpful. I think we're going to grab some buttons just to give us a little bit more of an interesting design here around those. The buttons on the chiseled quartz works really, really well. I love that. Okay, center island is in. What else do we need in the kitchen? We need sinks. For sinks, I think we're going to have the sinks in the islands themselves. We're going to have one sink here and one sink there. And then I'm going to grab the pillar block and a tripwire hook like that and that, and then you got a sink on either side. I like the idea of having 2 sinks, and then all the plumbing for the sink goes up the middle of the island, and this block here gives us the ability to put a tap down. I really like that. I think that's really, really cool. Yeah, double sink. I mean, why not? And then I'm going to use I think I'm going to use a pressure plate as a draining board on either side. So, you know, you wash up and then you can put your stuff on the draining board there to let it dry off. Yeah, I really, really like that. I really like that. Oh, and there's another trick that we can do. We get some item frames and then any block. Like, I like doing it with baths mostly. But if we grab, like, I just want a block that would work well as a sink. Maybe with, well, we could have a blue one on one side and a red one on the other. If we put that down, red tap and a blue tap. Now, obviously, it wouldn't be a great idea to have a whole sink with just a cold tap and a whole sink with just a hot tap. But you can imagine that there's two taps there. You can turn it like twisty taps, and it's like cold on one side, and then if you twist it the other way, it's hot on the other. Got one of those in my house. Okay, that looks pretty cool. Let's put down our kitchen doors, our counter doors, whatever you want to call them, cabinet doors. So we're going to put item frames along all of these. Now, do I like all of the cabinets here? I don't think I like those ones. Boom! 1, 2, 3. I want them along here. We can crouch click. Do we need to crouch click? We might not. Oh, you don't need to crouch click anymore. You used to have to crouch click, I think, to put them on cauldrons, but you don't need to anymore. And then we'll have some space down here as well. Yeah, but I'm going to remove the middle two because we need some fridges. Oh, no, those could have stayed along the top, couldn't they, actually? Like that. Seeing as though we've used iron for the counters, I'm not going to use them for the fridge. I'm going to use maybe just normal quartz instead. I know there's not really much difference, but you can see a difference between the white and the sort of grey of the iron. So that looks pretty good. Iron doors go on here. Yes, we could, if we wanted to, make them dispensers below them and have it working, a working fridge. You know what? Because I know you guys like that so much, and I always get told to do it, we shall do it. Let's grab some stakes. We'll put those in there. Put the doors back on. Stick a button on the side. Oops. And you get a working fridge. It put it on the counter. Oh, I didn't that time. Oh, man, that was brilliant. Oh, no. I thought I had it so it put steak on the counter for you. Obviously not, only sometimes. Oh, that was brilliant. So got some some fridges there, a couple of nice big fridges. It's a big kitchen, so why not have two? And then we're going to grab some probably snow blocks, I think, for the kitchen doors. So this is really, really cool. Putting them in item frames, it looks like little handles. Very, very cool design. I love this. So wherever there's an even number, we can place like them facing each other. And when there's an odd number, I think we're going to place them upwards, so as if the drawer would like fold down, like a dishwasher would, for example. If you've got, or at least the dishwashers in my house, open from the top and they sort of open down. I think most of them do, if not all of them. It makes sense to be able to pull everything out that way then. Oops. That one. Face that one up. And that one. Forgot to put item frames above here. I'm not going to put them on the edge, because I don't think that would make sense, but I will put them along here. So that one, that one. This one I'm actually going to leave down, as I imagine that's like a pull-up one. So you lift it up. Got one of those in my kitchen as well. I got a pull down, a pull up, a pull left, and a pull right. Ooh, done that one wrong. There we go. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then a few more down. You know what? I'm not going to do them on here either. I think that's a little bit overkill. This will make into a breakfast bar. So like an area where you can eat, if you don't want to eat in the dining room, you know, it's just breakfast and you've got just cereal, you can eat it at the breakfast bar instead. I don't have one of those. I've got a table, I sort of have a breakfast bar table in my, I've got to place that one that way, in my kitchen. But nobody uses it. Nobody uses the breakfast bar table. Okay, so we can put the snow, yeah, on top of here. That blends in with the wall then, you see. That looks pretty good. For a countertop, we're going to use black carpet. It's going to give us a... Ooh. Yeah, that looks better. It's going to give us a sort of more posh-looking top to it. I imagine if this is in real life, I imagine that to be a very sparkly, expensive marble countertop. You know, the ones that when you look into them, it looks like a galaxy or a universe with tons and tons of stars. Really, really like that. Let's have those. Oh, I can't have a... That button's going to have to go, guys. I have to place a carpet there. That'll drive me nuts otherwise. And then we'll have these on here. Obviously, we can't place them underneath the pressure plates, but it doesn't really stand out anyway. That looks really cool. I love that. Okay, for the breakfast bar, I think we want some pistons coming out of the ground. And maybe some signs as well. So we can have... How many? Let's just place blocks down. 1, 2, 3... Or 1, 2, 3 would be better mirrored with that wall. Yeah, we'll do it like that. With a redstone block to go underneath. There, there, and there. Place those up. Now, there is one problem, okay? These are nice little breakfast bar stalls. But one problem being that we can't place 2 signs. Like how we done in the dining room last episode. We couldn't use signs because obviously you can't place one on either side. They take up a full block. But I don't think item frames would look very good in here, especially with the amount of item frames that are already currently here. We need to use signs. So we need to think about how you're going to view this room when you come in. Now, most of the time, you're either going to come through this door, or this door into the kitchen. Very rarely are you going to come through here. Which means... if we put the signs on this level, and then that one, and that one, and then that one, and that one. I can't put it there because of that item frame, I don't think. But in here... oh, no, I can't because of that. No, that's good then. Basically, what I'm trying to think about is when are those stalls going to look correct at most of the time? Okay, so they look correct here. It looks like they're surrounded by... signs on either side, at this door and that door, and here as well. It looks like there's signs that surround the whole thing, when in reality there's only 2 because we can't fit them all in. When you come through this door, you can see that there isn't a sign on this side, but it's the least common door that you're going to come through. I do want some doors on here, though. I don't think that you would want an open plan kitchen into your garage, would you? That wouldn't be very good. And I'm going to go with the birch doors because I think they look the most modern on there and there. Perfect. I've done that in the lounge as well to the bathroom. We haven't done the bathroom yet, but I did put those doors on there as well. They just look the nicest. Okay, now, lighting is our next problem. Currently, it's lit up okay. Over this side is perfect, you know, but that's because we've got the windows here. We've got lighting in the middle of the room because of the glowstone up there. But over here it's very, very dark. Very, very dark. So I think in order to cover that, what we're going to do is put a glowstone down here. We could hide a carpet on top. Yeah, you can slightly see a difference, but it doesn't affect us too much. The other option is to do a glowstone plant design. Now, I'm not a huge fan of these. Personally, you guys have a big difference to me on this. You guys love using glowstone to make lighting. You know, glowstone, what are they called? Like glowstone plants. I much prefer grass. I don't know why. I just think the green top and the sort of plant, almost a plant potty coloured side. The dirt is very sort of orangey browny, like how plant plots are. I prefer that, but you guys really like the glowstone. Now, seeing as though it gives us the light that we require in this room, we're going to use that. Even though I'm not too pleased with it. But we need the lighting in here. We have no choice but to do some sort of lighting in here. That looks really cool. I don't want any more plants than that in the kitchen. There's not really much point. Down this side, I think we need our grey carpet shelves. I think it's the perfect spot for them. So we're going to get some string. And then we're going to get some carpet. I think we've got all the light that we need in here now. I shall back off and have a look in a second. But we'll have a nice carpet in there. Yeah. I think it's definitely bright enough now in here, isn't it? There's no real dark spots. There's a little dark spot over here. But I don't think it's going to make a difference. I mean, we No, you'll be able to see it. No, we can't. If we put a glowstone block down here, you'll be able to see it through that piston there, because even though if we put a carpet on top, it's still going to be visible. So, can't do that, unfortunately. Okay, no problem though. I want slabs around the edge of the ceiling, just to hide up, or just to border off our ceiling in here. It'll look much better, I guarantee. Along here, I think it's a square room as well, which helps. I don't think there's any funky in and outs or diagonal parts. Yeah, that just, I don't know. It borders off the room. I really like that. We haven't done it. We never done it in the lounge. Oh, no point doing it in the lounge, and no point doing it around this section of the lounge, and there's no point doing it in here either. And we've got it up the top there. No, we're good. We're perfect. I haven't missed anything or forgotten about anything on previous episodes. Looking good. Looking very good. Is there anywhere that we can put down some paintings? I think we want a splashback board back here. Oh, we can hide lighting here as well, in fact. If we put glowstone in this back wall, as you can see, it doesn't go through to the kitchen, because currently we have the white stained clay, and then on this side we have the snow. So if we put glowstone behind there, and then I want single pictures, maybe the same one, like that cactus. I think they're cactuses. Oh man, this is going to take forever to do, isn't it? If I put a, if I just put a painting there for a minute. I had it. I got excited. I want 3 of the same. In fact, what would be a better one for a splashback board? That one. Yeah, I like that one better. If we can get 3 of the same paintings, I hope you all know what a splashback board is. Maybe some of you have them, some of you don't. Splashback board is when you have a cooker. Shoot, I was talking. Whenever you have a cooker, you usually have some tiles at the back of it, because if you splash some oil in your frying pan or something and it goes onto the wall, it's very hard to get off. It can mark the wall. So you usually have tiles on it in order to be able to easily wipe off any marks that you make. Come on now. No, I got into like a routine. Oh man. Yes, that one. Perfect. Yeah, perfect. I really like that. That looks good. I think we need to get rid of these 3 above. I'm going to change that one to an upright one, because we need an extractor fan in here. We're going to place a stair like that. A stair like that. Oops. And a stair like that. That gives us an extractor fan in here. I think that looks pretty good. And then maybe a cobblestone wall on top going up. As the I don't know if I like that. What if instead we do that? Oh, that was right. And like that with a button on it. As if you could turn the extractor fan on and off. There's usually a button on them. And you hit it and you can turn the extractor fan on, and then you can turn it off. And then that makes the cobblestone walls more centered to the block then. I like that. Maybe change that to a pillar like that. Yeah, I think that looks better, doesn't it? I think so. I think that's it for the kitchen though. Do we need anything more in the kitchen? A plant could go in there. No, I'm gonna put some string back down again, and a grey shelf like that. Perfect. Just at the side there, some more storage. I think that's pretty good. Is there anywhere we can put a painting up here like that? I don't think there's any other spots for paintings. We haven't got any other wall space. Oh, they can go in those. Oh, that's pretty cool. Like, we could have one like that, like that. Oh, what a different one. Different one. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I like that. There's nothing else I can think of that you would have in a kitchen. We've got a cooker, sinks, and fridges. What more would you want? I don't think that there's anything. If there is, let me know in the comment section below. We can always add some stuff. But to me, I feel like we've got it all. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!